Okay. Hello, physics fans. This is Dover Animatrix Physics 11 doing Chapter 1 question on the review sheet. Question number 7. A police car is 15 kilometers behind you, and you're traveling at 120 kilometers an hour, and the police car is traveling at 180 kilometers an hour. A. How long will it take for the police car to catch you? B. How far will the police car travel to catch you? C. How far will you travel during that time? So that's at least there's only one part where he's chasing after you. The distance here between you guys is 15 kilometers. He's traveling at 180 kilometers per hour, and you're traveling at 120 kilometers per hour. So it's a relative velocity question. So V rel, two objects, two moving at different speeds. 180 kilometers per hour, and the other speed is 120 kilometers per hour. Now, is it adding or subtracting the velocity? And it will be subtracting because they're headed in the same direction. So the relative velocity is only 60 kilometers per hour. That's the closing rate at which that cop car is catching up to the speeder. So the relative distance that he has to make up is 15 kilometers. So the time is d rel over v rel, and the distance relative is 15 over a speed of 60. That's going to equal 1/4 or 0.25 hours. So that's the answer to A. B. How far will the cop car travel? So the velocity of the cop car is 180. All we're looking at is the cop car right now. And we want to know the distance traveled. So the only other thing that we have is the time. The time is 0.25 hours. So the distance is velocity times time. The velocity is 180 kilometers per hour, and the time is 0.25 or 1/4. And if you don't believe me, let's just put up the calculator here. It's going to be 180 divided by 4, 1/4 is 45 kilometers. And that's the distance of the police car. C is how far did you travel, or the speeder. So the velocity of the speeder is 120 kilometers an hour. The time that you both drove until he caught up was 1/4 of an hour, 1.25 hours. So the distance is velocity times time, which is 120 kilometers per hour times the time of 0.25 hours. And the distance you traveled, it's an easy one, but here we go, 120 times 0.25, this time we'll do it the other way, is 30 kilometers. And here's our answer for you. So or at least the speeder drove 30, the cop drove 45, and here's our little check. Let's do it in red. The check, if we did the 45 that the cop drove minus the 30 that you drove, the difference between them is only 15 kilometers. So the cop car traveled 15 kilometers more than you. And that's, of course, because they started 15 kilometers behind you. So there's the check. It worked out. Happy physicsing.